Oh, cool. Beautiful colors. Yes. Love it. Last one. Awesome. Hey everybody, it's Anna. Welcome back to my Fluid Art channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I am painting another tray today. So you may have seen my butterfly tray, which you can find in this video right here or down in the video description box. But I'm making another one because I bought two. And as I was getting some more, I was shopping for some more white spray primer, which I use for various things. If I'm painting any kind of a wooden surface or a vinyl record, I spray it with this first to help the paints adhere, to seal any like holes in the wood. But I saw this can of this, I don't even know what color, aqua. I was like, what's the official color? This is Rust-Oleum Aqua spray paint. And I thought, oh, that is such a me color. So I'm making my tray in that color. So I did a coat of the primer and then a coat or two of this until it's pretty well covered. And then I picked out some nice sort of blues, greens, whites, golds to go along with this. I'm going to do a pretty basic design here. It's going to be 3 little flip cups, no silicone, and it's all going to be contained inside the tray. So I've done plenty of flip cups, and I've done some where I've like taped off the edge to stop the paint from flowing off until I was ready to let it off, but I don't think I've ever done one in a completely contained space, so we'll see how that goes. I think it's going to be very easy on the one hand, and on the other hand, you don't have the option of being like, let me just pour off that corner. So hopefully it turns out well. Let's make a painting. I forgot to mention, all of my paints are mixed with American Floetrol and then thinned with water. It's mixed to about a medium-thin consistency, which means, to me, it flows well off the stick. That looks too thick. This particular color always looks very thick until you've stirred it a few times. Maybe I should show you on another color. Okay, you see that? We got a nice thin stream. It makes a mound, but the mound disappears after a second or two. So I personally call that medium thin. It's a great consistency for flip cups and swipes, micro swipes, things like that. You don't want your paint a whole lot thicker, or it's not going to produce as many natural cells. Since there's no silicone in this, I want it to be thin enough that the paints can react with each other. All right, first step now is to take some tape and put it up against these walls so that even as I'm tilting it to stretch, I don't get paint like flooding up on the sides. I only get paint on the bottom. So I've got tape all in the inside as close as I can get to the bottom of the tray. And now I'm going to warm it up with my hairdryer and then just rub it with my fingernail as well as I can get to try to adhere it to the tray. I'll try to show you from this direction. So I'm warming it up and then just rub. Press as hard as you can and rub it. The heat makes it makes the glue or the sticky stuff in the tape, it makes it extra sticky. So then you just press it on real hard. Great. Okay. So that tape is hopefully stuck on nice and well. If I do have a bit of paint bleeding up through the tape walls, once I pull it up, I can always sort of mask off the bottom area and use the spray paint to spray over that. Hopefully I don't need to, but that is my fallback. So I'm going to make 3 little flip cups here. And this is, I don't even know exactly what the measurements are on this tray. Okay, so this is like 9.5 by 13 inches, which would be approximately, if I was doing it on a canvas and you were tipping a whole bunch off of the edges, I would say I'd want 9 ounces of paint for this. But because this, I am not going to be losing any of it, I'm going to shoot for more like 6 ounces. 6 to possibly 7. So each of these little 3-ounce cups, I'm going to layer about 2/3 full, because I really don't want to have too much paint in here. And I'm going to layer them up a little bit differently, but I think I'm going to start with the same first 2 colors, which is going to be some white. I'll put them here so you can see it. Okay, some white first. And this is a white house paint, which not only stacks nicely in a cup, but it also, I think because it has a lighter density than a lot of other acrylic paints, it can produce a lot of nice cells. And then this metallic sea mist I'm going to put in next for all the cups. But then I'm going to have 2 next with the Phthalo blue. And 1 with the Phthalo green. And then we'll put gold in next. So I'm trying to like put all the colors in every cup, but not have any cup exactly the same as another one. So hopefully they all come up just a little bit different. Okay, so then this green will go in the 2 that got the blue. And the blue will go in the 1 that got the green. And then these 2 get the Caribbean, and the other one gets gold. These all happen to be craft paints, and it's mostly because I'm on kind of a tight schedule. I have to get this finished and dried very quickly so I can get it resined quickly, because I'm making it for an upcoming festival and I don't have a lot of time. Craft paints, they cure faster than like artist quality paints. So if you have to like do a painting and quickly get it finished, craft paints might be better. Whereas if you do, for example, a Dutch pour, like a paint and water Dutch pour with all high quality paints, it takes much longer for that paint to cure and you might have issues when you go to varnish or resin it. Let me put just a little bit more white at the top / bottom of each of these, because it's going to be the bottom once I pour it out. Okay, and hopefully that's enough dark, you know, because this is a bright color. I want there to be enough white and bright colors, but also dark colors. But I want it to feel very dreamy, so I don't know. Okay, so let's, whoop, and so I've been very inspired, of course, by Claire Calvert. She and I are like newly discovered painting twins. We're so alike and we love doing these collaborations together. This is not a collaboration, but she's been doing so many of these like flip cups, and she adds chameleon cells and stuff like that. But every time I see one of her flip cups, even before she adds the chameleon cells, I'm like, oh, it's so pretty. So that's why I'm doing 3 instead of just a single flip cup, because I'm inspired by her. Thanks, Claire. Okay, let's go ahead and pull up the cups. Oh, cool. Beautiful colors. Yes. Love it. Last one. Awesome. Oh, this is amazing. Look how much natural cells and lacing we're getting. It's mostly from the metallics, but also from the whites. So the gold's making a lot of cells, the white's making a lot of stuff. I'm going to torch it really quick to pop some of the air bubbles that I see. This is amazing. I love these colors. Hopefully, as I stretch it, it will continue to be amazing. Okay, so this should be a pretty easy stretch. No mess, no nothing. So I'm just going to get it moving gently. Slide it down towards this one corner. And of course, it does have to touch all the way to the corner, but very gently. All right, and back. And I'm trying to bring it kind of straight back and then back to the corner. Otherwise, it might just kind of smear all along that edge. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing, but it seems logical to bring it to the middle and then send it back to the corner. All right, almost to that corner there. Excellent. Again, back to the middle. This looks like it's going to be the perfect amount of paint. Not way too much, but still plenty that it will cover. Okay, so I'm just going to carefully sort of walking it back and forth and gently letting the paint flow to this third corner. Come on, paint, you can do it. It's almost there. Actually bringing it up this way because I had more paint at the bottom than I needed. All right, and back. And then last corner. This is looking really cool. Almost there. You can do it. Excellent. All right. And then just gently back so that all those cells that got kind of overstretched can find a little bit more balance now. I think that's it. So I'm looking at this, and this section right across here, you can see it's very horizontal because it got stretched very much over to this side and then back very much over to this side, and that's because I did 3. Obviously, it's going to be easier to cover those sides than this side. So if this was a canvas, I would pour some of this off, but it's not a canvas and I can't lose it. So, you know, it's all very attractive. There aren't any cells, well, down here is a little bit like very stretched and flat. But that's really the only area that I would kind of go, that's not perfect. Everything else looks fantastic. So let me give you a close-up. Okay, here we go. This is really amazing. I actually wondered about using the green in it, but I'm so glad I did, because it really makes this dreamy underwater kind of scene with the blues and the greens, the white and the gold, so it's very much like splashing surf. So this is the part down here. This is the only part that I don't really care for. And because it's a contained tray, I can't really change that. But look at this. So cool. And you can see that a lot of that kind of grayish color, that's going to be shimmery when it is dry. And then we have this nice kind of triangle, you know, 3 points in the middle. So that's very interesting. I just love it. So I will show you how this looks when it is dry. We'll pull up the tape and then we'll resin it. Okay, here we go. The tray is dry. Isn't that awesome? Look how shimmery that is. When I finish this with a coat of resin, it's just going to be incredible. All right, so now it's time to pull the tape from the sides, and I have a little X-Acto knife, which I might use to kind of score it, because I don't know how easily it'll pull up. So let's give it a shot. Okay, so first side, there is a little bit of paint bleed that I got, so I may be able to kind of scratch that off, or I may need to spray over that. I'm not sure. Let me get the rest of the tape up. Okay, so as you can see, it was not a perfect seal where that tape edge was, which doesn't surprise me because it was, you know, two different angles of surface. Also, the wood, it's hard to get as clean a seal on wood as it is on like a painted canvas. So anyway, I'm going to work on getting these little edges cleaned up a bit, and then we'll go and add the resin to this. Okay, it's all done. So I decided not to show you the resin process on camera because it was just simpler for me. If you want to know how I put the resin into the tray, you can watch my butterfly tray video, and that will be linked down in the video description. But look at that! Look how it magnifies the metallics. Really cool. So once again, very, very easy to get this nice resin lining right there in the tray using the counter and tabletop resin from Let's Resin. Got a couple of textural flaws. I think that's just my own inexperience with the medium, but overall very smooth, nice and durable. I did test my butterfly tray, put a mug and a plate on it, and there's no indentation that I can see, so that's always nice to know that you can use this and that it, you know, won't get damaged from use. But I am just so happy with it. Thank you guys for joining me for this one. This was a fun experiment to do my first completely contained pour on the inside of an object. And I just think it turned out incredible. Very dreamy ocean vibes. Nice and abstract, really cool. So let me know down in the comments, have you ever made a tray? And how did that go for you? I can't wait to see you all in the next video. Bye guys!